Welcome to the Harbor Middle School's Extreme Weather Special. We are 6th grade meteorologists, Hadley, Levi, Connor, and Josiah. In episode 4, we will be teaching you all about rain gauges, what they measure, how to use them, and how they can be used to understand and predict changes on Earth's climate. How do you measure rain? Well, most people use rain gauges. Rain gauges can measure and calculate how much rainfall there was. From there, you can determine the category of rainfall. How bad the rainfall is how many inches it rained. Let's say it rained 2 inches in one rainfall. This would mean it's considered a bad storm, but anything less than that would not be considered extreme. The rain gauge is on the right is divided into eighth inches, while the rain gauge on the left is divided into 1/4 inches. Both rain gauges show the same amount of rainfall. The rain gauge on the right shows 2/8 inches of rain, and which is the same as 1/4 inch of rain or 1.25 inches of rain.
Reading rain gauges is easy. Once you get the hang of it, what you want to do is get at eye level to the rain gauge and line up the water level to the nearest marking. Rain gauges use many different units of measurement. The most common one is inches. This is where it gets tricky. In order to measure accurately, we use decimals and fractions. For example, if we were reading the example rain gauge, we would say that it rained 1/2 inch or 0.5 inches. That is because each line represents 1/8 an inch of rain. The water level is 4 marks up from 0, since there are 8 spaces between 0 and 1. This means it is 4/8, which is the same as 1/2, or 0.5 inches of rain.
Tropical Storm Ophelia occurred on September 29, 2023. It rained 6 inches in 24 hours. This qualifies as an extreme rainfall because it rained more than 2 inches. On my way to school, it was fun because I could barely walk through the water and my clothes got really wet. However, I later learned that the flooding was dangerous and caused a lot of flooding and damages.
What makes it rain? Well, water is many things. It can be gas, it can be liquid, and it can be ice. I'm sure you know about the water cycle, but if you didn't, I'll show you. As you can see on the slide, there is an image on how the water cycle works. First, the water has to be warmed to actually evaporate. When this happens, the water turns into a gas, and water that is actually lighter than air floats into the atmosphere, and the water forms into clouds. When these clouds get too heavy, the rainwater turns into rain, aka precipitation. When the rain falls, it can be heavy or light depending on how much water there is in the clouds. More rain than 2 inches is considered a heavy storm.
We did an experiment to see if the temperature of water affected the amount of rain. We found that it rained more when the temperature was hotter. This matters because Earth is getting warmer, and this is why it has and will be raining more in New York City.
Why are hurricanes getting stronger? Well, as oceans warm, more water evaporates. If there's more evaporation, that means that there will be more rain. The water cycle is always balanced, meaning that if the water is evaporating faster than usual, then the rest of the water cycle will get faster as well, meaning that it will continue to rain more as long as the oceans are warming.
With climate change, we are seeing that hurricanes are intensifying more quickly because of the warmer ocean temperatures, more precipitation, and sea levels rising. Over the past 50 years, oceans have been absorbing 90% of humans' heat due to the increasing greenhouse gases. Now, the top few meters of the ocean hold as much heat as Earth's atmosphere. This is bad because hurricanes use heat to gain strength. Now, the chance that a hurricane will get stronger in less than a day has doubled over the past few decades. With more precipitation, hurricane rainfall has increased by 11%. The sea level rising can lead to larger storm surges that will result in more floods.
Thanks for listening to the Harbor Middle School's Extreme Weather Special. I hope you learned a lot about how to use weather instruments to forecast extreme weather like hurricanes. This work is important to keep our communities prepared and safe.